Do all carbs cause weight gain? Some sources claim that eating carbs causes weight gain, while others say carbs are an essential part of our diet. We do know one thing for sure. Some carbs are worse than other carbs. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the top 8 carbs to avoid for weight loss. I'm a weight loss trainer. My name is Coach Patrick Liu. Make sure to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications because this video and this channel is dedicated to helping you with the proper fitness and nutrition habits so that you can lose that extra weight, have more confidence, and impact more lives. How many times have you heard someone say, I'm trying to lose weight? I'm trying to lose weight and I'm going to cut out all carbs. Now, there is some truth to cutting out carbs because carbs do cause weight gain, but carbs are an essential part of our diet, and its main role is to give us energy for our everyday activities. However, if we overconsume on carbs and don't burn it off, this is called a calorie surplus, and this will cause weight gain. Even worse, there are specific carbs that trigger weight gain more than other carbs. I'm not talking about the good weight gain where people are trying to build muscle mass or lean muscle. I'm talking about the bad weight gain, the belly fat, the bra fat, the fat in the back of the arms, the fat in the inner thighs. So here are the top 8 worst carbs to avoid for someone that's trying to lose weight. Number 1, potato chips. Chips are highly processed, which means it has excessive sodium, it has excessive saturated fats, and excessive calories. Chips are engineered to be highly addictive. Many companies spend millions of dollars to engineer the right taste, the right texture, the right crunch to leave you craving more and more. That's why so many people struggle with stress eating and late night snacking. It's difficult to eat just one bag of chips. And do you feel full or do you feel satisfied? No, it makes you crave and it makes you more addictive to these type of foods. Many people struggle with late night snacking because they're snacking on the wrong things, especially the wrong type of carbs, which are chips. Now, don't be fooled. Nowadays, chips are disguised to be quote unquote healthy, right? There are sweet potato chips, there's turnip chips, there's vegetable chips. Chips are still chips, even though they're marketed as vegetable chips. Remember, potatoes are still technically a vegetable. It's a starchy vegetable, right? Chips are still deep fried though. They're still high in calories. They're still high in fats, high in sodium, and especially high in carbs. Number 2, the second carb to avoid for weight loss are breads, white pasta, and white rice. I was with a client last week and I asked them what they usually eat for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. They were Filipino. Nothing against Filipino. My wife is Filipino. I'm Asian, right? And you know what they said to me? They said, for breakfast, I eat 2 cups of rice. For lunch, I eat 2 cups of rice. For dinner, I eat 2 cups of rice. I thought in my mind, wow, this person is gonna lose a ton of weight really quickly if we just trim down the rice. And so I asked this lady, my next question I asked her was, how can we improve this? And she already knew the answer. She told me, yeah, I need to trim down on the rice. But I love rice so much. The problem with white rice and other, refined grains and processed carbs and anything that's white, like white bread, white pasta, white rice, is that they are very dense in carbs and they have very little fiber. Fiber helps keep us full longer, it slows down digestion, and it helps you slow down the rate at which the carbs get broken down. When carbs get broken down, it get absorbed into our bloodstream and it spikes our insulin level, which leads to weight gain. And this is because with the presence of elevated levels of insulin, this causes weight gain. Now, not all carbs are created equal. Different carbs affect your body differently, and there's 2 main types of carbs. There's simple carbs and there's complex carbs. Simple carbs are basically sugar. It gets digested really quickly, it spikes our insulin levels. Versus complex carbs, they have more fiber, which slows down the digestion, which doesn't cause this spike in insulin levels. When insulin is present, our body, instead of breaking down fat as energy, it breaks down food as energy. This is a problem because it slows down weight loss. If we overconsume on carbs and it doesn't get used as energy, then our body sends this into storage as fat. Number 3, the third carb to avoid for weight loss are pastries, donuts, and muffins. These carbs, they're filled with sugar and they're filled with saturated fat. The problem with these type of carbs is that they're usually higher on the glycemic index, which means the carbs get broken down really quickly as glucose. If we don't use this energy in the next 1 to 3 hours, our body again sends this energy into storage as fat. One study gave a group of teenage boys high glycemic index foods versus low glycemic index food. The study found that the high glycemic index food group ate on average 81% more. This is because high glycemic index foods are more palatable and they have less fiber. Basically, anything high on the glycemic index leaves us craving to eat more and more food. Hey guys, I want to invite you to my free 5-day workout challenge. You'll get a meal plan, you get a workout for free with me over the next 5 days, be coached by me, and start to build the right habits towards permanent weight loss. If this sounds interesting to you, then click the link below, fill out your application form, schedule a call, and I'll see you on the other side. Number 4, the fourth carb to avoid for weight loss is processed sugary cereals. Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Who here has heard that breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Comment below. Have you heard that before? Probably everyone here watching this video has heard that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's like ingrained in us. Now, there is some truth to this, but the truth is going to shatter how you view breakfast cereals. Because the person who made this quote popular, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, the person that made this quote popular is by John Harvey Kellogg. Does the name Kellogg ring a bell? Yes, it's the same person that invented all the Kellogg's sugary cereals, right? Now kids, don't try this at home. When you eat Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and other Kellogg cereal products, when I eat it, they remind me more of a dessert rather than breakfast because it's so sugary. And when we overconsume on these bad types of sugary carbs, this leads to the vicious carb cycle. High carb intake leads to high blood glucose, leads to high insulin release, leads to fat storage. Again, parents, kids, don't try this at home. Hey guys, I want to interrupt my own video and tell you that if you're looking to lose your first 5 to 10 pounds or your last 5 to 10 pounds over the next 21 days through building the right habits around fitness and nutrition, then I want to invite you to my 21-day weight loss challenge. I'll be taking on 10 people to train for free. We're going to be training you through Zoom online. Me and my team are going to coach you and teach you all the right steps so that you can lose that weight permanently. If this interests you, then click the link below, fill out your application, schedule a time, and I'll see you on the other side. Number 5, the fifth carb to avoid for weight loss are sugar and candy. Chocolates, caramel, Skittles, M&Ms, Hershey's, O. Henry bars. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that these snacks and these carbs cause weight gain. One bar of O. Henry has 50 grams of carbs. That's the same amount of carbs as 10 cups of broccoli. What is going to keep you full longer? One chocolate bar or 10 cups of broccoli? I don't even know if I can eat 10 cups of broccoli, right? After eating your chocolate bar, does it trigger more cravings? Yes. After eating 10 cups of broccoli, does that trigger more cravings? No. Probably just 1 cup of broccoli and you're good. You don't want to eat more than 1 cup of broccoli for most people, right? And almost everything has carbs nowadays, but there's a difference between high quality carbs and low quality carbs. People in the IIFYM community, or if it fits your macros community, the flexible dieting community, argue that 1 gram of carb is just 1 gram of carbs. But that's simply not true. We would agree that 50 grams of carbs coming from chocolate is way different from 50 grams of carbs coming from broccoli. Why is this? Because chocolate triggers cravings. It has sugar, it has no fiber, no vitamins, no minerals. It does not improve metabolism. It does not keep you full. It spikes your blood sugar levels. It has a lot of extra fat and calories. Versus broccoli has protein, has vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin C, calcium, fiber. It helps lower your blood cholesterol levels. It controls your blood sugar levels. It helps you with your digestion. And speaking of vegetables, that's the next thing on our list. Number 6 on our list of carbs to avoid for weight loss are starchy vegetables. Things like corn, potatoes, and most root vegetables. Now, the problem with starchy vegetables is that, again, they're high in carbs. If you're a professional athlete and you need a lot of energy for your workouts, for your recovery, for the games that you play, the events, then yes, you're going to need a lot of carbs, because carbs give you energy for your body and for your muscles. Specifically, carbs give you short-term bursts of energy, and athletes need this. Athletes need about 8 to 12 grams of carbs per kilogram body weight. Now, if you're watching this video looking to lose weight, chances are you're not a professional athlete. That's okay. I'm not a professional athlete, and we're not burning, 3,000, 4,000 calories a day. In fact, most of my clients, because they're not professional athletes, they're not burning a lot of calories, right? A lot of people have desk jobs, accountants, executives, managers, directors. You know what all of these people have in common? They're sitting on their butt for most of the day. They have desk jobs. They're not burning a lot of calories. Let's say they're burning like 2,000 calories, which means that they don't need to consume that many carbs. Only 2 grams per kilogram body weight that they actually need, right? So how much is that? That's about 180 grams of carbs for the whole day. The problem is that the average American consumes 300 grams of carbs per day. When we consume carbs, there's only 3 things our body can do with it. It can use it right away for energy. It can store it as short-term energy in our muscles and our liver as glycogen, or it can get sent into storage as fat if we don't use this energy. Guess what happens when we consume too much carbs and we don't burn it off? You guys are getting the idea. That's right, it gets stored as fat. Number 7, the 7th carb to avoid for weight loss is sugar sweetened beverages. Things like pop, fruit juice, anything sugary, lattes, frappuccinos, Starbucks drinks. They contain an insane amount of sugar. And a 12-ounce can of Coke contains 39 grams of carbs, and 39 of these carbs are sugar. Do the math, and it's exclusively sugar. When we feel thirsty, we know we should drink water, but instead we choose a sugary beverage. The reason for this is because it makes you feel more satisfied, doesn't it? When you have a sugary drink, you feel happy. This is because it stimulates and lights up the reward center in our brain. When your brain experiences pleasure, it releases dopamine. Basically, it tells your body, this feels good, let's have more of it. Now, this could be positive. This could be healthy things like exercise, social interactions that release dopamine. This could also be unhealthy things like smoking, drugs, unhealthy levels of carbs and sugar. Certain stimuli activate this pathway in the brain to certain degrees. For example, hard drugs cause a stronger dopamine response and you feel more happy temporarily. It activates the reward pathway. You feel happy and you want more of it. Now, as dopamine goes up, another neurotransmitter, serotonin, it goes down. And serotonin is responsible for feeling satiated, for feeling satisfied. So the more dopamine goes up, the more serotonin goes down, and you feel less and less satisfied, which means your brain would want a bigger hit of dopamine the next time around to feel the same degree of satisfaction. The more sugar and the more carbs you have, the less and less satisfied you feel, and the more and more sugar and sweets you will crave. Does that make sense? Number 8, the 8th carb to avoid for weight loss is fruit juices. Fruit juices, they're highly processed and they're loaded with sugar. Just 1 cup of orange juice is equivalent to eating 3 whole oranges. The problem with this is we're taking the sugar content from 3 whole oranges and concentrating it into just 1 cup of orange juice. So you end up drinking a lot more fruit than you could ever possibly eat. For example, a 12-ounce unsweetened orange juice contains 39 grams of sugar, which is the same amount of sugar as a can of Coke. By now, you already know why it's important to cut out the sugar and the carbs. As a society, we over-consume on sugar. An average American consumes about 77 grams of added sugar. Now, the recommendation for men is only 35 grams of added sugar. The recommendation for women is 25 grams of sugar. So we're consuming 3 times the recommended sugar intake. Bottom line, minimizing, avoiding certain types of carbs altogether will help with weight loss. Remember to replace the bad carbs with better carbs. If you're curious about what carbs to eat, I made a whole video on the top 11 carbs you should be eating for weight loss, and you can check it out right here. Again, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Comment below which bad carb are you gonna cut out from your diet. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. You're just one habit away from permanent weight loss. If you like this video, you definitely want to check out the next one by clicking right here.